everyone, it's Melino here. It's been a while since the last video, but with that video we achieved our first big milestone, 50 subscribers. Thinking about it makes me really happy, because it means that 50 people that went to this channel found either something useful or funny and decided to stay in the future. You guys are awesome, thank you for that. Now let's start with the video. Most of you guys wanted to see something from TV show Vikings, that's why we are going to be making a Viking shield. The one Viking I loved the most was Ivar the Boneless, that's why we will make his shield. I've never made a shield before, so it should be fun. Now let's start with a plan. What are we going to need? Disc, iron rim, rivet, iron boss. Next we will paint the whole thing and wooden grip. Typical Viking shields were around 80 to 90 centimeters in diameter, so they could cover the whole body when you're crouching behind it, and between 6 and 12 millimeters thick. For this, we'll of course need some wood. After about an hour of searching for some wood planks of similar size in our local store for building materials, we found 5 200 centimeter long wooden planks that are 12 millimeters thick, which is something we want. There were some nice people who helped us cut those planks in half, so we have 10 of them which we can now work with. We will now glue all the planks together and let them dry over the night. Now we have a wooden rectangle where we can cut out a circle. I want to thank my friend Peter and his father in this part, because they borrowed me the drill and helped me cut the circle. One more thing we'll need to do is to cut the hole in the middle for the iron boss that we will add later. Okay, our shield is now officially covered with real blood. I'm not even joking. Nice, right? Now that we have the hole in the middle carved, we can say that the first part is indeed finished. You'll see in most of the remaining footage is shield covered in red cloth. That's because we want the shield to be red, and what I did is glued the cloth to it and painted it. However, it tore apart in the end, and what I needed to do is to paint the wood itself. That's why we will dedicate this section to iron rim and focus on the painting in the end instead. Shields in the past were often iron rimmed. That means that the edges were covered in iron plate. You would not believe how hard it is to get a piece of iron plate that fits the proportions of our shield. I looked everywhere and could not find one. After days of search on scrap yards, I ended up with this car hood. As you can see, it fits our shield perfectly. The idea is to cut the circle of that hood and somehow bend the edges so that the rim could be made. But there is one problem. The hood is made of 2 layers and it won't be easy to separate them and cut the circle out of it. This was honestly the hardest part of all. Let's see how it went. Okay, so I bought a new tool. This is the tool, and we'll see how it's going to work out with this. And remember guys, safety first. Okay guys, last piece needs to be cut, and hopefully things will go smoother from here. Guys, this requires so much sweat. Look at my hand, it's all wet. Please, if you appreciate this video, leave a like and subscribe for the work we are putting in right now. Thanks. Finally, the rim is now finished. In order to attach the rim to the shield, we need the screws, also called rivets. What we will do first is to measure where those rivets should be placed and then drill the holes around the edges. After that, we can just screw them in and the rim should be attached. is how the shield looks from behind. Now we need to drill the same holes to the rim. I'm going to tie down each of these properly. Now you can see that this looks somewhat better when all of these are being screwed properly to its place. But still, there are some things like here is a big gap, you know. From here it looks kind of okay, but here it starts to, like, the steel goes up, you know, on some places. This is the worst one, I guess. So now what we will try to do is bend the edges to the side, so no one cuts his hand from these points. Our screws are in place and we can start with the middle piece, that is the iron boss. Iron boss will protect our hand from the outside. Before we do that, I decided to remove the blanket because it started to tear apart. Instead, I'll paint the wood. In my opinion, it even looks slightly better. Now that we have that, let's do the iron boss. I bought several pieces of metal and found some that look okay, but in order to place them in the middle, some adjustments are needed, like bending the metal itself or drilling the holes around the edges, just like we did with the iron rim for the screws. So we can go ahead and do just that. The middle piece is now finished. Now we can paint all of the parts. We are almost done here. We just need to paint all of the parts and then proceed to the last step. Painting is now finished and we can now finally proceed to the last step, which is handle itself. With the final part, we can say that the shield is indeed done. Now I'll add a few more scratches to make it look like the shield was used in a real battle. Hello guys! So, this is the shield we've made. It's finally finished and we took a little tour outside to test it. Unfortunately, we did not manage to buy a real axe because of Corona and quarantine, but we have this little tool with us, so we will try to test it and see how it will hold. Finally, slow motion. Okay. If you want to see the shield a little closer, as you can see, it's a real wood. This is how it looks from behind, and as you already saw in previous scenes, this was made from a car hood, and yeah, so this is how it looks. Isn't it nice? Thanks a lot for watching the video till the end. If you want to support this channel, you can leave a like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. And that's it. Bye bye. Now the money shot. Okay.
Strich?